Once, in a faraway kingdom, there ruled a wise and just king named Rajendra. He was loved by his people for his fairness and the prosperity he brought to his land. King Rajendra was known for his kindness. Every day, commoners, traders, and travelers from all corners of the kingdom would come to seek his help. He listened to their problems with patience and made sure justice prevailed. One day, a young man approached the king. His name was Arjun, and he had a troubling request. "Great king," he said, "I have worked hard all my life, but I still struggle to provide for my family. What should I do to find happiness and peace?" The king looked thoughtful, then gestured for Arjun to follow him. "Come with me, Arjun. I will show you something." They walked through the palace gardens, where flowers bloomed and the air was filled with the scent of jasmine. But there, in the middle of the garden, was an enormous tree. The king pointed to it and said, "Look at this tree. It is old and mighty. But what do you see underneath it?" Arjun looked closely and saw that under one side of the tree, the grass was green and vibrant. But on the other side, the ground was dry and cracked. "I see one side is flourishing, while the other is withered," Arjun said. The king nodded and said, "This tree is like life. On one side, it receives the right conditions, nourishment, water, and care, and flourishes. On the other side, it is neglected and suffers. Life, too, is shaped by the efforts you make and the choices you take. Hard work alone is not enough. It's important to nurture all aspects of your life: relationships, health, and inner peace." Arjun thought about the king's words deeply. He realized that while he had worked hard for material success, he had neglected the important things in life: his relationships, his health, and his happiness. Over time, Arjun began to balance his work with moments of rest and care for his loved ones. He found that happiness didn't come just from hard labor, but from appreciating life's little joys and nurturing the things that truly matter. 1 year later, Arjun returned to King Rajendra, now a happier and more fulfilled man. He bowed and thanked the king for his wisdom. "You were right, Your Majesty. True happiness comes from balance. I now know that success is not just about hard work, but about nurturing every part of life." King Rajendra smiled and replied, "You have learned well, Arjun. The true measure of a prosperous life is not just in the riches we accumulate, but in the peace and happiness we cultivate within ourselves and in those around us." The lesson of the wise king and the young man is simple. Life is not just about hard work or material wealth. It is about finding balance, nurturing what matters, and creating happiness for yourself and others. Remember, happiness is not found in one thing alone, but in the harmony of all things. Subscribe for more interesting stories.